Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm gonna go over what I would like to see in Rematch in the future. I think I got a couple good ideas that could make the game better, and this video is gonna be for that. So, first thing I want to talk about is ground play. Since Rematch came out, aerial play has just been better in pretty much every single way compared to ground play. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I actually think that making ground play better, it's super possible without having to change a ton of stuff. So why is ground play bad compared to aerial play? Well, first thing first, and that's something I don't really see people talk about all that often, about why ground play is bad. But for me, the most annoying thing about ground play, when you try to, build up the pitch by playing short passes and stuff, is that stamina-wise, it is very bad. Because, if you just aerial play and you skip the whole build-up phase pretty much, you don't really have to worry about your stamina ever. And if you ground play a lot, if you like to build up, then stamina becomes a huge issue. Because when you're always moving, when you're always trying to do off-ball movement, I mean, look at how fast my stamina is gone. It's like I can't even reach the side of the wall starting from the middle of the pitch without losing all my stam. And that's a big problem when you try to combine with your teammates, like just in tight spaces and stuff like that. And the thing is, not only is my stam going down super fast just by running, but you start getting slowed at like 60% of your stam remaining. Just look at the bar right now. And now I'm starting to lose my speed already. And I was still above half my stam bar. And yes, that stam management, it's important to manage your stam. But like, this is borderline crazy that you can't even do like one sprint to the side of the wall without losing all your stam. So imagine when you try to combine and always be moving around. When you ground play, it's like very, very hard compared to, if you just aerial play and you skip the whole, the whole pitch pretty much by just doing aerial plays. Like if there would be a heat map in Rematch of like the space used on the field, I'm pretty sure 90% of the field is not even used when people are attacking. I'm not even joking. Like the heat map would be in the box and like 2 spots on the wings pretty much, and that would be the heat map for the most part. Like 90% of the attacking half is never used. It's because people just aerial play. Like it's so rare that I see people just try to combine on the ground and just do short passes to build up between your teammates. And yeah, I feel like if the stam was better, it would just be so much better to ground play. Because the thing is, right now you do a run, right? Let's say you're trying to get space on the wing for your teammate that has the ball. You do a run, and if you're getting man mark, you need to get off the man marking, right? And one of the actions that you have is to dash away from the player that's marking you, right? But by dashing, once again, you just lose so much more stam, and then you're going to be in the red super quickly, which makes it pretty much impossible to move around the pitch. And yeah, I think for me, this is the most annoying thing about ground play in general. It's just, it's just hard to cover space while not being in red stam the whole game. Like if you watch my videos, I'm always out of stam because I mean, we move around a lot, and having to just dash around to get out of man marking, I mean, you just have you never have stam. You just never have stam. And that's a big issue. And that's one of the reasons why aerial play is way better, in my opinion. Like, it's not even volley included and stuff like that, not even pro-wise. It's just the stamina side of it, the benefits of not having to use pretty much any stam is crazy. So I feel like there would be 2 options to, fix this. The first one would just be having more stam. I mean, that's probably the easiest part. Or, I mean, making the pitch smaller, since a lot of it is not used anyway. So why is the pitch so big if like pretty much nothing is used on it, right? But I mean, having more stam would just be the better option in my opinion. And yeah, Another reason why ground play is worse is that when you combine in ground play, when you receive a pass and try to one-shot, you get a lot of animations that are very, very slow. And that's not really something that you get when you're doing aerial plays. So in aerial play, if you receive the ball in the air, right, and you try to cross it to someone, it's pretty much instant, right? There's a bit of a delay when you're in the air, but the thing is, it's pretty much impossible to someone to get the ball from you when you're in that little delay in the air, right? Because the ball is so high up, and even a dive is gonna struggle to get there. But when you're in ground play, the thing is, it's totally different because you can get tackled right away, pretty much. So if I receive a pass, and in that animation, you see that animation that it takes for me to like reach the ball before it passes. Well, in that time, you're getting it's so easy to get tackled. It is so easy. And so if you try to combine like this all over the pitch on the ground, well, guess what? There's a lot of times, like this animation, for example, is terrible. It takes so long to just get the ball out of your feet, and by this time, you can get tackled really easily. The animations are just very bad to ground play. A lot of times, you're stuck in these weird animations when you try to one-touch the ball. Sometimes you try to one-touch with a teammate, and you can't. The game doesn't even register that you're trying to pass the ball. And then you end up just magneting the ball. And then sometimes what will happen is you thought you got the pass off, but you didn't. Then you magnet the ball, and then you get tackled right away. So yeah, just the animations in general are not... They're just terrible for ground play compared to aerial play. And yeah, so that's another reason why ground play is just worse. Now the ways to fix this... Well, I feel... I mean, the only way you could really fix this is make the game more responsive, I guess. Just have better animations, because like when I one touch pass the ball, you see how it waits. It just waits for the ball to get to your feet, even though I'm running towards the ball. Like, I'm not too sure how to explain it, but when I'm running towards the ball and I one touch, I don't want my player to wait in the animation for the ball and then pass. Like, I want the player to just keep running towards the ball and pass. But now look at what is happening. This is terrible. It's like you start running towards the ball, you start the animation, and then you're cooked because you're just stuck in some shit animation. And that's terrible. And there's so many times where this kind of stuff happens when you're trying to combine on the ground, and then the game pretty much makes you lose the ball, because there's nothing else you can really do. And yeah, animation wise, it needs to be better. It needs to be more responsive. And yeah, that would make... I'm telling you, if they would fix these animations, ground play would become like 10 times better already. Now, another thing related to that, the touches. Just controlling the ball, right? So one thing, once again, about ground play, about controlling the ball, you can't really control the ball normally with A, because usually the touch is going to be so far away from your feet that when you control the ball, by the time you can even get the ball and get control of the ball again, you will get tackled once again, because the controls are just so bad. And that's me without, you know, running. Without running, the ball doesn't go that far, but, you know, as soon as you start just running and you control the ball, I mean, what is that? What is that touch? You know what I mean? And again, aerial play, let's say someone is passing the ball and I'm running, right? Well, look at that. The ball pretty much ends up on top of me after I control the ball. The fact that controlling the ball in the air puts the ball closer to you than when you get a pass on the ground, I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Because, yeah, I mean, it just doesn't. Because, I mean, the touches are too far. That's the problem. That's really the problem with ground play. The touches are always too far. And, you know, you could say, yeah, but you can just magnet the ball. Yeah, but the thing is, having to wait for the ball to magnet it is really bad too. It's just really bad. Because guess what happens when you wait for the ball to magnet it? Well, then you get tackled right away. You know what I mean? Like having to wait for the ball is really annoying, and you also waste a lot of time. Like sometimes 1 or 2 seconds can change pretty much everything to something you're trying to do. Let's say I'm trying to cut towards the goal when I receive the ball, right? I could run towards the ball and then magnet it and then, you know, turn, or I could just run towards the ball, control it, and run towards the net, but look at how far the ball goes. Like, there needs to be an in-between, because it's just too far. The controls are really bad, and it's really something that I don't see talked about ever. You know, I'm not sure how it's not talked about enough. I don't know if it's because, you know, people just usually don't ground play enough to realize these things, but you know, I've been playing like this since the start of the game, and it's been like this since the start. It has never changed. It's been the same pretty much the whole time. And yeah, I mean, it's really easy once you start ground playing a lot to realize these things and realize how bad it is compared to just aerial play. And yeah, and, you know, how to fix this would just be to not have the game control the ball 5,000 meters away from you. That's pretty much it. And that's the only thing they can really do, is just have better controls. And yeah, that would help a lot for ground play. And I think for me, these 3 things are really the 3 things that make ground play really hard to use. And I don't know, maybe that's why people don't want to ground play either. It's just because it's not really good for this game, so they just stick to aerial plays. And I think people already don't realize how hard it is to play like this in Rematch. It's not easy, bro. Like, because you're pretty much playing against the game at the same time, because the game is not designed to ground play at all. It's just not. So yeah, hopefully that's my number 1 thing that I want to Rematch, just things that help ground play, bro. Like, the game has been out for what, 9 months, and the best thing that is still in the game is just aerial play. That's it. That's pretty much all there is. You really don't see a lot of ground play at all. And yeah, for me, that's something that needs to get better, because you can't just have one thing that's reliable in the game. There needs to be other things. Like, at the end of the day, we're playing a football game, but it ends up looking like volleyball or whatever. Like, it's just kind of insane. But yeah. Now, other things that I want to see in Rematch in the future. I mean, one of the things that isn't gameplay is just matchmaking. The matchmaking is terrible. And the problem with matchmaking, as I always say, is just that it matchmakes you with people of all ranks. And not even that, the problem is also is that there's a lot of people in Elite that just have pretty much no clue what's going on, because it's just too easy to reach Elite. Like, I see people run all over, like, mindlessly very often. Very often. But also, I guess the problem is that I feel like a lot of people that play this game don't really know, like, much about just football in general, because just you can't just see how people play sometimes and how they run around, that they don't really have an idea of, like, basics, like football basics. And I mean, that's not something that Rematch can really fix, unfortunately. That's just how it is. Like, I feel like this game doesn't cater that much to football fans all that much, if that makes sense. Because, like, the biggest example that I can give is backwards passing. Apparently, that's an unknown thing for a lot of people in this game. I don't know why. They think, like, doing a backwards pass is like a sin or something. I'm not sure. But I mean, some people think the only way to build up is to just go forward all the time, which, I mean, it makes no sense. But like, people don't even know that doing a backwards pass, it can open so much space. And I don't know, people, I guess, I don't know, they don't know. And another thing is rotations. I mean, I don't know. It's like people don't know that you can rotate around the pitch they think they need to just be in one spot the whole game. I don't know. Like I just don't know. And that's elite players too. Like that's the thing. That's just elite players play like this. So it makes it really hard to play the game if you don't have a stack, which is a problem because there's a lot of people that probably don't have friends that play this game, so they need to solo or whatever. Also, there's one thing I see a lot of people say that they want to see, like, you know, 7v7, 11v11. But honestly, I'd be scared if Rematch would add that. Because in 7v7 and 11v11, the thing is you need a bigger structure than a 5v5, right? And if 5v5 is played like this, I mean 7v7, it would be impossible. Like, and I don't even want to know what 11v11 would look like, but it would just be all over the place, and I don't think it'd be fun, to be honest. Like, I just don't think it'd be fun at all, which is a shame because this game would really have a lot of potential. But it's just how the game is played by people. I just don't think it would work at all. Like, imagine just 10 people in the box at all times. I mean, there's no way. There's just no way. Another thing that I want to see in Rematch that isn't gameplay. We need more stats. But stats that really show everything. Because, like, passes, goals, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean much. What I want to see is, like, passes non-completed, dribbles non-successful, like dribbles attempted, all that stuff. Because I mean, people that I know, they just look at the main stats and they just base everything off that, which means basically nothing. You know, I want to have a heat map. There's a football game that I tried not too long ago. It's a beta. The thing is, I don't remember the name, but it adds stats about everything. There was a stat about literally everything, and I think that was the coolest thing ever. But the problem is the game wasn't that good. I don't remember the name. It was like a street game or whatever with power-ups and stuff. I mean, it's just not my kind of football game. But yeah, I just wish we had more stats in Rematch, because for me it's like, I feel like it's important, and it would show a lot about players. Like, it's important to know if you can keep the ball without losing it 17 times a game. Because not losing the ball a lot is more important than a lot of other things. Because if you lose the ball, then you're never going to score. And if you lose the ball a lot, then they have more chance to score. So yeah, I want to see more stats. I'd like that. That'd be cool. Even if it's not like gameplay related, I just think that'd be a nice addition to the game. Another thing that I want them to add, which I mean is already being added for season 4, is like dribbling moves. I know they're already, you know, they're already adding a fake shot, but I would like more, you know, dribble moves. Because right now, I mean, a lot of it comes down to just, you know, this is the best dribble move in the game, pretty much. It's just a bunch of dashing around. But the thing is, we need more diversity. First of all, because right now, I mean, there's really just 2 moves that are used pretty much, because that's pretty much all you can do. So yeah, more normal dribble moves, just more diversity. It can't get worse than it is right now, that's for sure. So yeah. Now another thing that I want to see, but this time it's for keepers, it's just I guess more keybinds, more control over goalkeeping, like a high dive, a low dive, which we don't have. Like, you can't just low dive on purpose. Like, I really want, let's say I press B, instead of this ass keybind, I don't know what it's still doing in the game, just make it a low dive at this point. Just remove this, it's useless. Remove this and put a low dive, for the love of God, please. Because, like, I know I feel bad for keepers, because they can't control everything, like, and it would become much more skillful if you could actually control everything. If you would have more keybind and have more like control over what you do, it'd be way better. The thing is, it would, yes, it would become harder to become a goalkeeper if you have more control, but you gotta think at the same time. Then the skill ceiling becomes way higher, and keepers that would put time into learning correctly, they would just be good. They would this, and that's good. That's a good thing. Like putting time into something, get better, is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So yeah, I think that'd be really good for goalkeepers. You know, there's already a lot of changes coming in season 4, but it's not about having control over what you do. It's more so the magnet that is getting changed, and yeah, I just want the keepers with more control over what they do. That'd be nice. Also, a very important thing, I don't know how much I've been talking about this. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I feel like Rematch needs to put like a little meter above your teammates to tell you if they have E or not, or like how much stam they got. Because sometimes it's really good sometimes to make a pass in the space, but like a bit more further than them, so they can E in the space, right? Because you can't always just do a pass in the space while they're running like this, because sometimes you want to put the ball far enough from the defender, right, so that they can get the space. But sometimes there's just no way to know, especially if you're not in a stack. There's just no way to know if someone has EE. And I feel like that would be a really good quality of life to just have a meter that says if someone has E or not, at least. You don't have to say that, you know, don't need a meter to see the exact stamp, but if they have E or not, would be, I feel like it would be game changing, to be honest. Apart from that, I think one of the last thing that needs changing or, you know, tweaking, I think it's still related to hitboxes. There's so many times where I make a pass, for example, and the player is like standing still, right? And then it somehow hits the leg of the player, even though they're not moving. It just hits the leg, even if they're not close to the player, because, I don't know, the hitboxes are just weird, I guess. Also, a lot of times where you get tackled, and, you know, you watch the playback, like, it happens a lot when, let's say, I just finish recording stuff, and then I watch the footage back, right? Sometimes I get tackled by, like, a ghost. It's like I'm running with the ball, and then the tackle is like 3 meters behind me, and somehow I lose the ball. And a lot of times, it could have been really good opportunities to score a goal, or to at least try to score a goal. But then it gets messed up because, I don't know, I don't know if it's the servers, or I don't know if it's just really the hitboxes are terrible, but there's something terrible somewhere. I don't know where it is, I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's just the desync or the hitboxes. I don't know, but there's something there that doesn't make sense. And it's, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm not the devs, I don't know what it's related to, but it needs to be fixed. Like, it just needs to be fixed, because it's just not good for the game to have these many issues, especially in a game where everything can count, you know what I mean? Like, every possession with the ball is important, and if you lose the ball to some bullshit, well, then it's pretty annoying, to be honest. It's really annoying. So yeah, hopefully in the future, I mean, whatever the issue is, it gets fixed. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna end this video here. I think that was the main things I wanted to talk about. I might be forgetting some, but I can't think about them. But if you guys have anything that you want in Rematch in the future, let me know in the comments. I think this game really got better from when it launched. The problem is we just lost pretty much all the players in the process. So that's an issue. It's not, you know, it's tough that it happened like this. But yeah, it's if you quit Rematch a long time ago, the game is definitely better than it was. There's a lot of things that have been fixed. You know, it's still not a perfect game. It's far from a perfect game, but it's definitely getting better. and hopefully it keeps getting better. But if you do try rematch again, try to play with a stack. That's all I can recommend you. Just try to get a stack. But yeah, I think that was it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.